Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. B-TIC Talks again on a Sunday. Today's topic is a specific and special topic about the success and the payment to get succeeded. Now, when I say success, it has a different version of it. People, they think if you are successfully running a business, you are successful. Whereas you may fail in different other parts of your life. You may fail in your personal life, maybe. You may fail in your spiritual life sometimes, and so on. But when your business is okay, you say, I'm successful. On the other side, some others, they have a different opinion on it. They say, if I'm successful in terms of my spiritual life to go back to my good, I'm okay with it. I don't mind about the business in this world, and so on. There are people with that concept as well. So people have different definitions of success. So that is not a problem here. That is up to you. The definition of success is not a topic today. So it is not a problem. So whatever you give definition for your success has a price. And I'm using the word price here. The reason is when you involve in anything that you want to achieve, it has a cost and it needs some investments. In my dictionary, price and investment is almost the same. There is no difference. Price and investment. The payment of price and the investment you do, it is the same meaning. It has the same meaning. But I'm using price here instead of investment. The reason is investment is a word that is attached to business. When you are a business person, or if you want to start a business, or if you want to involve in some other profit motivated project, you call it, I'm investing in this. So when I use the word investment in this lecture, there are so many people here. You may be an individual, freelance, a solopreneur, maybe a self-employed personnel in terms of legal side, a lawyer, an engineer, a doctor. You may not work for any organization, but you work for yourself alone on your own. Maybe you might have a couple of people working with you, junior lawyers, one or two, if you're a lawyer, a dispenser with you, if you're a doctor, things like that. So when I talk to you, you may not consider this. If you're a lawyer, you may not consider you as a businessman. You consider you as someone. You don't have that, I'm a businessman. So if I use that word investment, you would think that this word is irrelevant to me because I'm not investing anything in here. I'm just practicing my law and earning some money out of it. That is why I'm avoiding that word in here. I'm instead using the word price because the price is attached to every single thing you do. If you are studying a degree, you have to pay the price for it. It is an investment. If you're studying law, you have to pay the price for it. It is an investment. If you're educating your kid, you have to pay the price for it. It is an investment. If you are buying a car, you have to pay the price for it. It is an investment, in fact. So anything that is that you are involved with a price, it is an investment. So that is what I'm giving the meaning of it. Price means investment. And I'm using the word price here. The reason I told you already. Now, let's see how it works. Now, again, I go back to my dictionary. In my dictionary, I have deleted two words, spending and consumption. Now, people, they say, if I have money, I spend it. You spend for your kids to buy the toys. You spend your family, you spend some money to take your family out for a dinner. You spend certain money to buy some food. You spend certain money to take to educate your kids in a good school, things like that. Now, the word spending is not the word because whatever the money you spend in here, it is the payment of the price. It is an investment. Now, you see, if you want to have your lunch, you have some money and you spend your money for a bowl of rice or a plate of rice. And where, if you use the word spending, the meaning of spending is if you spend it, it's gone. It never comes back. But the real scenario is if you pay the price for a bowl of rice, you have two choices in here. One is the bowl of salad. The other one is the bowl of rice with biryani, colorful, delicious, oily, fatty, tasty biryani there. Now, if you invest this money in the right food, you would live healthy, you would live disease-free, you would live long. You would not have any premature disease or premature death. You would not get any cancerous things in your life early. But if you use the same investment, same money to buy the bowl of rice, you will experience all of those that I listed before. So this is what I'm calling you never spend money in here. You invest it in your food. If you invest the food on the right area, I'm calling it the constructive payment, constructive price, constructive investment. Otherwise, that is destructive. Okay, you have your money. If you spend the money, it is gone. But I'm calling it payment because you pay the money for your son's education. And if you do that for the right education, it will bring the return to you. So the payment is involved with the return. Spending, it doesn't. That is why I'm deleting those two words out of the dictionary. And I recommend that for you as well. You never do anything. If you sleep, it is an investment. It is not a spending. If you eat some food, it is an investment. It is a price that you pay. It is not an expenses. If you go for a walk, if you drive your car, if you buy a car, if you socialize with someone, if you make a phone call, if you speak to someone with some pleasing words, whatever you do, it is an investment. It is a price that you pay for to bring the definite return to you later in life. Okay, so the concept is if whatever the success you wanted to, you got to pay the price for it, right? And you never spend things in there. You delete that word off from your dictionary. You only do whatever the action you take, whatever the expenses you involve with, whatever the money you throw, it is an investment because it will bring something back to you. It may be the right one or the wrong one. If it is the right one, I'm calling it the constructive investment, constructive payment of price. Otherwise, the destructive payments. It will bring the wrong side of it. So now, I told the meaning of what I mean by price. Now, whatever the actions you have, you need to involve in, you have to pay the price for it. When I say price, it has three varieties. We can categorize any of those investment in three varieties. Number one is a time. I'm calling number one is a time. I'll explain why. Number two is your emotion. When I say emotion is I'm doing this lecture here on a Sunday evening. And my family is out. They're having a dinner with the other rest of the family members on a family function. And I'm sacrificing that and I'm doing this session here. This is what an emotional investment. I'm losing that function and I'm taking this emotion and I'm doing this lecture here for you. So it is an emotional investment I do. That is part of your investment. You may skip your family members, your fans, your social society, your family parties, and whatever it is, you may avoid all of those. You may say no to those because to involve in what you want to do in terms of your time investments. So that is emotion. Number three is money. Out of these three different types of or different investments, you may do all of these in combination, but the combination is this: the time investment you do is much greater than the emotional investment, and the money is the very least investment you do. I have taken three guys in the screen in here. You can see those. The number one is Indian-born American PepsiCo CEO Indra Nooyi, and after that, the Google CEO Sundar Pichai, and third is the Bill Gates, the CEO of Microsoft. Now, if you take these three guys, three big investors, three big rich people, and three richest in the world, they all came into the market with only time and emotion, no money. Okay, Bill Gates started his multi-million-dollar business with nothing, but he had only his time. And Sundar Pichai, the same story. He came to this business and he entered into this business and he was appointed as the CEO of Google, and he invested only his time and the emotion, no money. And same story, Indra Nooyi. Right now, when I say this message to you, you can easily understand that investment is very easy, but you don't need money. Money is the critical thing that you have to look for. You have to get the help of others. You have to get the blessings of others. You have to please some others to bring it into your business. But the time and emotion, it is with you. And youngsters in the lecture, all of you, when you are young, you don't have a lot of money in your pocket, but you have loads of time and emotions with you in your pockets. So why don't you throw those out to your business and build your business on your own? That is the investment. So the price is in terms of time and the emotion than the money. That's a key point, because we all have a wrong concept here that if you want to start a business, that business is that business takes a lot of money, so where to go for money? So let me leave it aside and continue with what I'm doing as an employee, as a slave. No, any business you talk of, any business that is flourishing today, any business that is making that is declaring millions of dollars of profit yearly for tax, if you start that, if you track the, the story of them, you would see they started from nothing, only time and emotion, no money. Okay, so keep in mind, if you want to pay the price to achieve anything, it is all about your time and emotion, money that can get, that can be taken, that business can easily get it from loads of sources. There are so many people to invest in businesses. You don't need to have that money in your pocket. Now, I have a good story here to see. This is a horse competition race. Here, there are multiple horses in the race. Now, when the race is on, one horse would win the trophy. So horses, what they do when they go there, the rope that they give the boundary to finish your race off, where horses, they touch that rope with the nose, right? Whatever the, or whichever the horse, whoever the horse that touches the rope first, they are the victorious person. They are the number one champion. So then number two, number three. Now, these first three horses, if you take it, you analyze the price, the trophy they get. The first horse will get 80% of the price. If you have 10 million of price, 8 million will go to the horse number one. And 1.5 million will go to horse number two. And 0.5 million may go to horse number three. This is the distribution equation of the trophy. In any trophy you look into, football, cricket, boxing, whatever it is, the winner, he takes 80% of the trophy. Remaining 20% is shared with the other people among. Okay. Now the question is, the number one horse, is it 10 times or 8 times better than the number two horse? The answer is absolutely not. You only go behind the first horse 1 second or maybe less than that, but you lose 80% of your trophy to your competitor because he went 1 second before you. So what makes a difference in here? Why that horse is 1 second earlier than you? It is about every day in your practice, if you invest extra half an hour than your competitor, you are there. You may take your A-level exams, you may take your O-level exams, you may take your university exams, your business, whatever you do, any practice. If you are a cricketer, the time you spend in your cricket net. If you are a footballer, the time you spend in your ground. If you are a gymmer, the time you spend in your workouts in your gym. If you spend 1 hour or half an hour extra more than your competitor, and you will be number one. That is what I'm talking about, the additional extraordinary investment that you do. That is again investment of time. If you are a business, if you can work on your business half an hour more than your business, if you open the shop half an hour early and close it half an hour late, and you would get loads of money than that guy. It is not about the calculation of 1 hour extra opening time. You would do loads of business early because people know you open half an hour early, and if they want to buy early, they will come to your shop. When they come to your shop first time, they will never leave you. They will continue coming to your shop or your business. If you are open late as well, the same story. They know you open till late, and then they come to you late as well, right? So the extra payment you do will make the big difference. If you are a lawyer, when you're practicing law, when you're arranging your cases, when you're taking your cases, your laws, and all these things, when you're in the file to submit, if you can do some extra work, half an hour extra work, you can charge your client 80% more than the charge the other lawyers charge. If you are a doctor, the same story. If you can spend practicing your operations, your treatments, extra half an hour daily. If every other doctor, they treat 5 patients, and if you treat 6 patients, you are learning another additional patient's practice. And if you can do that continuously for 1 or 2 years, you will be charging your patients 8, 9 times bigger than the doctors. They treated only 5 patients, while you treated 6 patients. That is how it works. That's the story. So now let me come to this point as well. That is connected to that one here. I'm taking a mathematical calculation here to show you how does this investment work in here. Here, this is a business where you go to the courts complex. Let's say you go to the Old Bailey in London to practice your courts, your cases. When you go there, there are cases. Let's say today we have 10 million worth of cases. Lawyers, they're going to earn 10 million worth of money from their clients when they appear for their cases to argue, to fight the case in the courts. So 10 million worth of case. Now, and we assume 10 million worth of cases in the market today in Old Bailey, and we have 10 barristers to share those cases among. Out of these 10 barristers, definitely 2 of those barristers will take 80% of the money of the cases, whereas the remaining 8 people will share only $2 million or sterling pounds of cash or money in that particular day. This is what I'm calling the earning share of it. Why 2 barristers, they take 80% of the money, and 8 barristers, they take only 20% of the money of that particular day's market. Why? Because these 2 barristers, they have spent a lot of investments. In other words, I'm wrong. They have invested loads of time in preparation of the cases, and they have developed that expertise over the past 2, 3, 4 years. And people know if you hand over the case to this guy, you can easily relax on the bench and he will win the case for you. And they ask you, how much money do you want? And he just guesses the money and say, he doesn't calculate. This is the money I want. You keep the money in my bank and come and collect your compensation. Come and collect your whatever the judgment you wanted. Okay, the same story for doctors. Now, if you take one big hospital, there may be 100 operations to be done, and 80% of the value of the operations are taken by only 2 doctors. And the rest of the 10 doctors in the hospital, they take 20% of the value of the operations or the patient's money. The reason is because 20% of the people in the industry, they are the top 20% of the people, they invest loads of time, loads of emotions in their personal particular profession, and that make them an expert so that you have the authority so you can charge. People know you well. People know if I hand over my body to you, I'll go home. I'll never go home I'll never go to the mortuary or the cemetery. They know, right? So whatever the industry you're in, you have to pay the price for it. You have to spend your time and the emotion, not the money. Money is not invested from your pocket. That can be done by anybody else, anyone else, any banks, any investor, any investing angels, anyone who have some money, they can do it. But the time and the emotion is from you, and that is available to you. Now, again, another message. You need to learn these two words in here: time in and timing. Time in. Time in is about your investments. If you are a great cricketer, if you're a great batsman, you got to go to the nets and you have to practice loads of balls as possible in different styles, different speeds, different pitches, different environment, whatever it is, different balls, old ball, new ball, different branded balls, different pitch on the floor, different bowling machines, different bowlers. You do loads of things. That is the time you put in the net so that you build yourself as a great cricketer. Then you go to the ground and you simply time the ball. Okay, because you have already invested and you can time the ball. You can face any kind of threat in the pitch. You don't need to be hesitated to anyone else, any bowler, any key ball, any fast ball, any swinger, whatever it is, any beamers, any toe crashing Yorkers. It is not a problem. You can face. You don't have any hesitation because you have practiced it, you have invested your time, and you're so comfortable in the ground. You just go there and you play your usual game. So that is your investment. Time in is key. Timing is very short. Your game of football, your game of cricket it lasts about 1.5 hour football, about 3 hours into 2. Cricket is one day, if it is 3 hours into 2, that's all. But the time you spend behind at the back end, that is your investment. That is very, very crucial. It's longer time, daily 3, 4, 5 hours. You have loads of sweats, loads of emotions. You miss loads of parties. Now, I have another principle here to learn on this. Now, you want to invest your time in your profession to build yourself. If you are a salesperson, a business person, entrepreneur, a code writer of IT softwares, you name it, whatever, you need to invest your time in that to be number one. So when you want to do this, there are 2 areas that you have to invest your time in, and there are 2 differences in between. One is the priority. The meaning of priority in English, you may Google that or you may go to your dictionary, but the meaning of priority in your real life is more and immediate. That is the priority. You want to do certain things immediately, and you have to do more of it. 80% of the money should be involved in that, and you have to do it right now, right here, today. That is more immediate. The meaning of priority is what? More and immediate. And the posteriority, the meaning is less and later. So if you are into a profession, you have your profession. My profession is lecturing people, coaching people, teaching someone, educating others. So that's my profession. So now I have my priority. What I do more of reading and more of practicing, and I do it right now. When I go away, when I drive, I have my player, my phone that reads the book for me. When I'm sleeping, I go to bed playing 1 or 2 YouTube video clips and I listen to it. And when I'm relaxing down, I go to the bed with the book so I can read something. So I get that some information. I always go to the newspapers of 5-6 countries early in the morning before everyone wakes up. I have done the readings of it. That's my priority, and I do more of it, because when I start my MBA lecturing, I had to tell them what's happening in the business world, what is happening in the legal world. All those things I have to discuss about. So the priority, that is the priority I do. And I have different other things as well. That is the less and later things, posteriority. I put those off for a later time, maybe later in the evening, later when I'm tired, or maybe on the weekends, or maybe next day, things like that. So the investment has to go to your priority, and you have to practice that. You have to invest your time and emotion more and immediately on what you think that can make the difference in your profession. Now, let me, if you have a confusion that which area that I need to really invest my time in, you go to your life field. These are life field, okay? Meaning, according to most lecturers, most theorists, most people, most I would say professions, they say life has 8 main areas: business, spiritual areas, relationship areas, social areas, physical, lifestyle, and things like that. So these are all your areas of life. Now, if you have a balance in all of these things, you have a good money, you have a good business, and you have a good family, and you are healthy, your physical side is also good. If that is the case, your life can move good. But if you have too much of money, it's fine. You have a good business, fine. You have a good family. But if you are sick, your wheel would not move, because you will have a bumpy ride. One area is good, the other one is very badly damaged. So that if you are sick, you can't go out with your family, you can't enjoy your money that you have, you can't share your money with others, and so on. So that you have to always have a balanced wheel of your life. You have to have a good lifestyle, good relationship, good spiritual side, good social side, good business, good mental, good physical, good finance, and so on. If you have all of those in the right amount, you will have a proper circle of wheel, so that you can easily move smoothly. You can move faster as well. Now, I take an example in here that your business or your finance area is poor. Your finance is poor. So if you have a good business, but your finance is poor, your business is running good, but you don't have money in your hand to spend. Your business doesn't give you enough money to take away and spend that into your business. So that is your finance. If it is not good, and on the other side, if it is on the other side, if your physical condition is not right, if it is bad, if it is not fit, again, you will have distractions in your smooth move. So that we need to look into this wheel, check it every day, and find out where we are lacking behind, where are the problem, and what can we do about it. So if you find out the finance is the problem for you, and you have to, that is your first priority, more and immediate. That is what I'm calling the priority. Your priority is finance now, because you're physically fit, mentally fit, business is okay, or your spiritual side is okay, relationship is good, there are a couple of kids and good family and so on. But money is problem. So that what you do, you have to prioritize that one. What is the meaning of priority? More and immediate investment in it. Now, I have a question here. If you are financially weak, what is the one thing that you invest your time in to pump 80% of your money to meet your financial goals? Immediately, you have to invest in it, right? Now, if I tell you my secret, let's say, if I want some extra money to take my family for a trip or for whatever I wanted to, what I do, I immediately fix a training. I find out there are so many companies that I work with, and then I immediately fix a training with them. And then that will bring the 80% of the money that I got to spend in my holiday for my family. So that is what we have to do. So I invest my time to contact those companies and fix training, and I prepare the training and I share the documents with them. I do the trainings, get the cash, get the check, cash it out, and enjoy your trip. This is how it works, right? Right. Now, I have a question for you. What would be the one thing that you would invest or you would pay the price for if you want to acquire money to meet your financial goals, if you want to get some clients for your business goals, if you want to improve your spiritual goals, if you want to improve your health goals, what is the one thing? Now, let's take one simple concept in here. Physical goals. If you are so chubby, if you are obese, and if you are heading towards diabetes and blood pressure, what is the first thing that you got to do? Immediately, every day, 5 o'clock, you got to be out from your car and you park your car, maybe on the way from office to home. In between, find a place, find a beach side, find a jogging track, and go there, spend half an hour and take your car and go back and have a wash. Immediate investment. Because it is impossible for you to change the destination immediately right now. Wherever you are now, your surroundings, your family will, your personal life will, you can't change right now, but it is immediately possible to change the direction towards a better will. It is immediately possible. Okay, let's say you're physically weak and you need to lose some weight. It is not possible to lose your weight immediately right now, but it is possible to look or go towards a direction where you can lose your weight, so that you start your direction today. Half an hour of work from today onwards. That is the first priority. That is your immediate and more priority. Immediate and more. Immediately and more. Half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour of work, and weight your body, measure the body's weight after 1 month time. Then you will be much closer to the destination than you think of. Okay, so this is the investment I'm talking about. Now, I have another good message for you. Every single person, when you attempt things, when you try to invest things in your life, when you attempt things, you will have yourself against you the biggest resistance. For example, if you are practicing cycling to participate in the cycling race, you practice your cycling every day 2 hours or 3 hours. When you're cycling it, when you're practicing it, after 1.5 to 2 hours time, you yourself say, enough for today, I can't do it. Okay. If you're studying, you study for about 6 hours a day for your A-level exams, and then you write it, you study 6 hours. When you hit your 6 hours time, you tell yourself, close your book and go and do something else. That is you against you, and the biggest resistance that is against you. Now, when you meet this level, when you meet this border, the ceiling, I call it, you are at your wall, meaning you go 6 hours, and when you hit your 6 hours, you are hitting the wall. When you practice 6 hours or 2 hours of cycling, when you finish your cycling 2 hours, you hit your wall. When you hit your wall, I'm calling you at your wall. And every single one in this world, they close it or they finish it. They stop it at that time when they hit their wall. My suggestion for you is, when you hit your wall, climb the wall. Climb the wall. What is the meaning of it? If you hit 6 hours, do extra half an hour. If a shop is closing at 5 o'clock, keep it open for another half an hour. If your book is done for about 6 hours, extra half an hour of reading, half an hour of practice or exercise. That way. So when you hit your wall, keep this in your brain. When you will hit your wall every day, you go to bed at 10 o'clock. That's the wall. 10 o'clock, your phone rings or your alarm rings, 10 o'clock, time to bed. At that time, you're at your wall. If you can climb the wall, another half an hour of mail, another half an hour of reading, another half an hour of responding or replying to your customers on the email, you will get extra money. And that is what it makes a difference. That is what it makes you the first business person. You win with the nose. 80% of the rewards are waiting for you. Okay, right. And I have the final message for you now. As I said before, It is difficult for you to change your destination immediately, but it is possible for you to change your direction towards the right destination. For that, I have a narration here that everybody knows. There was I would say, a personnel who was a murderer. He murdered 99 people. Then he still wanted to seek repentance from his God. So he wanted to seek repentance, and then he went away to find out one good priest and asked him, I have done these 99 murders, and can I get repentance from my God? He said no. Then he got angry and he killed him as well. So 100 murders. Then from that murder, he was walking away towards another person to get some advice to get him repentant from the God. On the way, he passed away. Now, the story says he was repented by the God. Well, that's the message. Now, I don't know where you are now. It's your problem. It is your circumstances. But the problem is, if you know the right destination, if you turn your direction towards that, and your investment should be in that, and you are on the right path. Reaching the destination is the second thing, but on the way to the destination is the key first thing. If you can be, and you are the man, and that is where your investment has to go. That is your priority. That is where you have to invest your time more and immediate. Okay, so your destination is in your hand. Direction, you can immediately direct yourself towards a destination. And that is it from me. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. Thank you.